Going to be replacing some windows up here before we can really move on. If you look over here, the existing roof line here, which we're about 15 feet to the peak there from my feet. There's 3 false gables in this house. This is the west, this is the north side of the house, which is the front, and this is the east side of the house. And this one last fall I replaced and added the window to. And there were existing windows in it, and then they were sheeted over and covered up years ago. And so I'm opening those back up because our plan is to open all of this space and have this as one floor. So this floor is 32 feet by 32 feet in a square. One of the issues here is that this old chimney is right in the middle, so which is pretty common in older homes. But yeah, we'll see all kinds of cool stuff. There's just a lot of insulation laying up here, so I gotta move some stuff. So I'm gonna start with replacing this window back here. So I'm gonna open things up and just kind of move some stuff on the floor. Now to removing anything that we don't need. And if you look here, we have a vertical stud here, and we have over here, we have a vertical stud here that is in the existing part of the gable, as you can see. And everything else in the middle was just kind of like framed into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything out there and I'm going to put my own new framing in. Because this is a gable, there's no real weight on the window. It's literally, it just needs frame to be held to. I'll go ahead and put a header in there just to be on the safe side. But yeah, so I'm gonna go take out everything that I don't need now that I can. I'm gonna take out the scrap piece of plywood, take out the OSB and the framing. That comes out. You can see where the old window frame was. So I'll reframe that and cut out the hole, and then I'll have a space for my window, my new window to go into. So let's get at it. Okay, I don't know how well you can see, but you can see this top. This is the cripple in my window, and this is just a gable end. I'm not going to worry about putting a header in here because all of the weight is dispersed amongst the gable anyways. But what I'm basically creating is I'm creating a frame for my window to attach to, and it needs to be solid. So I've got window cripples here. I'm just going to use the old existing cripples up against the frame right here. You can see I'm just going to go to the bottom side of that and then frame down from there. Now I'm going to measure my framing off of that. I want my finished opening to be 25 inches wide. So I go 12.5 this way off of my center, which actually the way I'm going to get left here is I'm just going to have a window tight up against this space. So I'm just going to put my cripples right up against what is existing there, and that'll be left. So, yep, right on 1.5 inches. So that'll size the window down to the correct size, and then I'm good to cut everything open and set my window. Cut out my blue styrofoam, cut slits in my Tyvek to pull them in, and then I just wrap them around my framing. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take just a piece of scrap tar paper and I'm going to lay it over this edge so that the window has one more extra thing to sit on to help prevent water issues. If water does get back in there, this tar paper will help shed it back out. Okay, so I'm going to go up there from the inside. I'm going to bring the window out. It's a new construction window with a nailing fin on it. So I'm going to have my wife hold the window while I go around the edge and nail it off. I'll silicone it first and get it ready to go. Let's do it. All right, got her up and done. It feels good to have it to that point because that was a really big step to get by. So what I'm going to do the rest of the day is I'm going to cut all my sheeting, my LP Smart Side that I use for the board. So I'm going to put that up. It's 4x8 sheets. I already have my shape cut out and everything, or figured out. I just have to trace it out, cut it, get all my 1x's ready, get some of my aluminum flashing ready for the windows, and then that's ready to go up. And then I am done. The third gable, and this was the toughest one. So it's really nice to get it to this point. So let's just keep moving forward. And man, then I've just got 2 little gables to get done on the garage. Those are going to be little and easy, and they're all on the first story. So this is 3 stories up though. So as you can see, 1, 2, and 3. And it's been really something that I've not been enjoying thinking about, and I'm happy to get it past this point. So I'll be happy to be done. All right, so what you see here is from corner to corner, I'm a little over, I'm not quite 16 feet. These are the gables that run up our house, but what I can do is I can use my scrap pieces off my other gables, off the other ends, and I can lay down here and trace my pattern, basically, to get that pattern traced. And I can draw that out and cut them, and I don't do any measuring. I don't have to be completely up to the soffit. I can be a little bit short because I have some 1x board and batten that goes over everything. All right, so now you see, so here's my gable that I have. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a pencil or a marker and trace out my shape here. And then I can lay this up here and get this all cut out. And then I will still have enough pieces, well, just enough to be able to use on my last 2 little gables that I need to get done. But there you go. No measuring. I did all my measuring on the first one. So now I've just patterned off of that. So you can get away with making a curved cut here if I follow this with a circular saw. I just can't plunge too deep. This material, this LP, is only 3/8 thick. So I'm just set up to be a 3/8, maybe a touch deeper. And if I just kind of bring it along and I give it enough time, you'll see I'll bring this through. other side. Okay, so this is the west side of our house, and I did this one a little bit differently. That is one piece of wood that I used to create that curve